Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. We're on our 100-day crafting challenge, day 16. And today we're going to do something that you might think, oh wow. It is something that's just handy to have around. We don't usually take the time to make them, so I'm going to make a couple. I've got one made. Let me move this out of the way. It's called a writing board, right? I know it looks pretty plain and simple, but it's really handy to have. Now one side you need to make sure is smooth. The other side you can embellish and decorate, put lace on, whatever you want to do to it. It just, you know, you need one side of it to be flat. And I'll show you. If you're making journals, which I do, you have some pages in there you might want to write on, yeah. And sometimes they're a bit awkward to write on. Take this one. You might can do pretty good on that one because you've got a flat surface, flat-ish surface underneath it. But still, that could be, you know, a thing. Let me find one like this one. That one is, you know, there's lumpy bumpies under it and all that stuff. Anyways, you stick your writing board under there and voila, you can write on that. No lumpy bumpies, nothing, no problems. It doesn't have to be a huge writing board, just something you can stick in there and you can write, right? I mean, they are journals, right? Okay, also, even if you're making a smaller-ish, I mean, these ones, the big ginormous ones, generally they do need a writing board if somebody's going to write in them. But if you have one like this, this is the only sister's journal I have left. Anyways, in here you could still use this. Put it in there and you've got a nice writing space, and you don't have to worry about if something's going to go skew-iffed or whatever. You can just write this whole page. Or if you're not writing in it, you could put something in there. You could put pictures or memorabilia, tickets to a movie, or what, you know, whatever you did, whatever you wanted to put in there. Writing boards have their place. They are important. Personally, I don't take a lot of time to make them, and I thought, well, this is a good time to do that. Just put that to the side. And I'll show you what I do now. There's lots of different ways you can use book covers. They're really thick book board, and that's nice. But this one's good. I used a cracker box. Yeah, Ritz crackers. Both sides are the same size. You just take out all the rest of the stuff, and that's what I did with this. Yep. Don't hate me. Don't judge me. I shared. Anyways, so I'm going to put these together this way, right? And then I will cover them in my nice neutral papers. These don't have to be backside printed, and they're not because, you know, ink and all. So let's get to making this thing, right? These are nice to have, seriously. I should make them more often, but yeah, I get busy doing all kinds of other things, but this is one of those things that you can do on a 100-day project and say, ooh, that's a nice thing to have. Now I'm going to have two of them, and because I'm making them sort of blankies, I call them blankies, neutrals. They can go in any journal. They can go with any journal. They can be decorated any which way you want them to be. And just, you know, let me find some tape that'll fit there. Now, if you don't have breathing problems or asthma or whatever, you can just sand this down with a light sanding thing. This slicky, but and put some glue on there and it's good to go. I don't do that anymore because of my asthma, so. But you can, if you so wish to, do it that way. Just sand it down a little bit, scruff it up, you know, and then put some glue on there. You're good to go. I like to put the inside, I call it inside, the outside of the box together. That way I don't, you know, I don't worry about it being showing through or whatever if I'm going to cover it in something lighter or whatever like that. I don't know. I'm just rambling on. But I like to put this outside to itself. Does that make sense? That way you've got all your slickies taken care of from the get-go. I hope it's making sense. Okay. Glue. I haven't tried it today. Hopefully it's behaving itself. We'll see. I've got to refill it soon. It's getting a little bit low. I want to just make sure I get my edges down good. And give it a little bit extra. In case I need to move it around really. Because, you know, you never know. I just want it to match up more or less. You do need it to be straight. You do need it to be straight. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is do like I do with the envelopes. You know? Just kind of put them both flat down at the bottom so you know that's straight. And then give it a good press. Like so. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it to be as straight as you can get it with the other side. Okay. Come along. Okay. Try not to bend it too much, but I got to get some glue under there. I just want to make sure my edges are down good. Now, I'm covering this with the neutral, like I said. But if you're doing a journal, a specific journal where you're doing, I don't know, maybe you're using Stamperia or Graphic 45 or one of my digitals from my Etsy shop. It's I just, you know, you can, of course, cover this in that, okay? So it's almost perfect, not exactly perfect, but pretty close. So I'm going to leave it like that, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put some more tape on here. I know you think, oh, you're just using that stuff like crazy, huh? But it works. This process works. Of course, like I said, you can use bookboard, like book covers and stuff. Those can be used for so many other things. I don't mind putting a little bit of packaging together to make a nice writing board. This is, you know, pretty simple to do. And it gets very sturdy. Yep, very sturdy. I'm going to use that other tape, this different size here. Yeah, as you layer it up, it gets pretty sturdy. You don't have to worry about it getting all flimsy on you. This will be very sturdy to use in a journal. So there we are. Now, before I do my next part, I'm going to do a little bit of cutting. So for this craft along, all you need is some, I don't know, a cracker box, some kind of box you can take apart. Put it to, just use your, you know, your flat sides, front and back of the box usually. So I'm going to take it and give myself about, yeah, like so. I'm going to turn it that way. So I'm going to give myself about that much. I want a little bit of extra room. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this. Let me get my trimmer out. Yeah, you don't need much for this craft along. It's pretty simple. So whatever papers you want to cover your board with, and your boards, and a trimmer for that purpose, right? Okay. I've got a couple of pieces of this paper. So, yeah. Alright. Next, we're going to do this number, where we take all this off. Okay. And we just put it on there, right? We're just taking the backing, okay? Now, again, I'm going to do my edges just because I'm going to be wrapping it over, so it's fine not to worry about your edges so much. I just do because I'm me. So I just, you know, security and all that stuff. I have trust issues. Okay, so I'm going to do some in here. I just want to make sure I've got the whole thing sticking to the whole thing, okay? So I'm going to turn this over. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to place it as centered-ish as possible on here and give it a good press down, right? Okay. Now, I mean, it's just like making a box, a journal cover, you know, whatever you want to do. I just kind of take mine and kind of fold it up. I know, it's old school, but it works. So, so next I'm going to take this tape, and put it right along here. It's a little bit shy of being wide enough, but that's okay. I'll show you in a minute. When you're using tape and glue, you're all good. It's just a thing. It is. Okay. So, yep. Yeah, I should make some more of these. I might do. It's just having the time to do it. I've gotten myself really busy with this 100-day project and the other projects that I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe it's insanity. You know, I just was getting out of COVID and did this. But I don't want to have my channel lagging. I want it to be growing. So there you go, huh? Do a 100-day project. If it gets too much, I'll do it 100 days, not consecutive. But so far, I think I'm going to be able to handle it so far. Alright, I'm just giving this a good press down, just so that when I put it over there and fold it over onto this, it is going to stick good. And but to the cardstock, this is lightweight cardstock, and to the chipboard, I guess we'll call it. Okay. So, what we're going to do is this one, so that it's over. I'm going to do both my ends first, get them sort of trained up to do what they're supposed to do, right? Alright, scissors. You don't need to take off everything on this particular project. You can leave this a little bit. You see how this is going up here? So if you take off just some of this one down to here, I think that's fine, okay? If that makes sense to you. So we're going to take off from here to there, right? Just a little bit. And it's better to have the tape on there already than to, you know, worry about it later. Because, yeah. It's not that much of a waste to, but you've got it covered with that way, if that makes sense, okay? All right, let's do this. Get this on there. Yep. Get that one out of the way. But yeah, to me, it's just like making any kind of cover you're making for any kind of thing. I mean, really, you're just making it to go around there and to meet up. Because on this side of it, you're going to put a piece of paper. Well, I'm putting lightweight cardstock, as I said. You're going to put something to cover that as well, right? So, like so. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Just a little bit. And just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, we're not going for perfection. We're just making a writing board, right? Pretty simple. And I think they're really cool to decorate as you put them in a journal. And then have them for that specific journal later. This one, you know, I'm going for the neutrals. I am. Okay. There's that on my board. Alright, now we're going to take these off carefully. Yep. And get them ready. Okay. Yeah, they are handy to have. I just need to take more time and do them. A lot of times I'll be making a journal and thinking, oh, this would really benefit from a writing board, and then, yeah, I don't. It's a thing, right? Okay. Okay. Now, as I can see, that's going to go over a little bit. I'm going to take and trim off just a touch there and just a touch there. I don't want it to be all the way. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, start with your middle and work your way out. Okay? Give it a good firm pressure, right? Okay. Now, see, it makes nice corners and you don't have anything showing the chipboard is my main point there. So I like to just take that little extra precaution of just trimming it where it needs to be trimmed. I have folded them over, straight over, and I mean, I've done this a lot of different ways throughout the years. It doesn't have to be a specific, oh, you've got to do it this way kind of thing, okay? You can do it this way. Or, you know, whatever way you want to do it, whatever's comfortable to you, right? So, but do start in your middle. You got more room going out than you do going in. You don't want to get bunched up in here. Okay? This is a very beginner friendly, easy way to make a book board. You've got great corners. See there? Great corners. So next, I don't know if that piece is big enough to go in there. Probably not. Nope. Okay. Next, we're going to just take and put that in the trash. We're going to take this and we're going to lay it over like so. Where's my pencil? And we want it to be yay wide and yay long. Okay? That's pretty simple, huh? Not too complicated. Now, a big reason I'm not giving a lot of measurements on this is that different boxes are different sizes. Cake box, cracker box, whatever box you're using, they can be a different size from mine, especially if you're in a different country. You might have crackers that come in a different size box. Even the Ritz crackers come in all different size boxes. I mean, you get the family one and the party size and all those different sizes. They're really great for making writing boards. They're also good for making journal covers. If you're not wanting to spend a whole lot of money on book board gets, it gets expensive. I hardly ever buy it because it's just so expensive. I'd rather just put some boxes together like this. Or you can get bass or balsa wood. I do that. It's a lot cheaper than book board and it will hold up for an age, especially once you do all this to it. Really. So, yeah. I like to do that. I think this one I was showing you, the Lady Mary journal, it has basswood covers. It works. It does. And it's loads cheaper than book board. Gosh. I don't know why that got so expensive, but it sure did. So, I've laid off buying that. Now, it may not be expensive in other places. It's expensive on Amazon. We'll just put it that way. On the place I go shopping. Okay? So, this is what we're going to do. Put this on there. Now, you can ink this up before you put it down. I'm not doing that on these because I want them to be completely neutral. And I'll probably use this side to embellish and decorate on, and it wouldn't show anyways if I did ink it. So, yeah. So I'm going to do it this way so hopefully I don't get my head in the camera. You just want to center it on there best as possible, like so. And then, give it a press down. It's really pretty. Looks nice. And actually it looks very, I don't know, done by a business or something. It looks professional, okay? I don't know if there are any businesses that actually make writing boards anymore. Specifically writing boards. I know they used to back in the old days because they were needed. Now, I think you'd have to just get you could now, seriously, you could get one of those smaller clipboards and and use that as a writing board. Just, it would work. I guess that's what they figure people would do if they needed something like that. Now, see, that's just pretty. It's almost elegant. really. You've got everything working for you. I would advise you not to use really thick cardstock to do this with, because it can crack and break along the edges. This is a lightweight cardstock and it doesn't do that, or this didn't do that. This one over here didn't do that either, wherever it went. It's faded into the, see, no cracking on the edges. So yeah, you can, this is the side somebody would write on. So you wouldn't want to put anything that would be lumpy bumpy over here, okay? But you can go over here. You can mat some of the paper, like if you're using Stamperia or Graphic 45 or some of my digitals, just saying. You can mat that on there, and you can do some, you know, embellishing and prettying. You see these are a little bit different in size. This was the cracker box. It's okay. You can do whatever size your box is. Just make them to whatever size you have. Now there are cereal boxes. You can use those, and those are, I wouldn't make them that big. I mean, you could take the cereal box in half maybe. You don't want to be huge is my main point. This should be able to slide into one of the journals and just sit there comfortably, not poke out everywhere. Does that make sense? Okay, so 2 book boards, and they look really nice. Just use your boxes. It's okay to refurbish and reuse and all that kind of stuff. It's good for you. Good for the planet too. So that's some stuff that didn't go into the trash can. Ooh, sorry. And it's pretty now, and it will go into whatever whatever journal you want to put it in. I may stick one of these in the Lady Mary because, you know, I would probably mat it up first. Anywho, they're about the same width. One's a little teeny bit narrower. Anyways, I'm supposed to keep these short. Dadgummit. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Let's not forget. Let's do our check off. Now I'm going to Star Trek. There you go. Day 16, done. We've got 2 book boards. Day 16. Just saying. 2 book boards. 2 book boards. Ready to go. So, there. No rambling. Just you guys take care. Please like and subscribe, pretty please. Thanks for watching. TTFN.